In my experience, Philadelphia is not a place of extreme negativity. It's just a place of big emotion in all directions. Philadelphia sports fans do everything with passion. They celebrate loud, they hope loud, and yes, they boo loud, which is what we got last night when Joel Embiid was introduced for the Sixers game against the Clippers. Fans were upset with Joel for some Instagram posts in which, okay, let's just say he appeared to be flirting with the idea of one day joining ex-teammate Jimmy Butler in Miami, and they let him hear it a few times in last night's opening quarter. But as frustrated as the crowd might have been early, didn't take long for them to warm right back up and appreciate a major lineup change from Coach Brett Brown. He moved Al Horford to the bench for this game, and the effect was notable. Both Embiid and Ben Simmons had more space, and both flourished. Simmons was just a wrecking ball. He racked up a 26-point, 12-rebound, 10-assist triple-double. And look, guys, it's possible he was even better defensively. Yeah, sure, Kawhi Leonard finished with 30, but in several key moments down the stretch, it was Simmons who went claw for claw with him, preventing Kawhi from keying a Clippers comeback. Most importantly, though, was how Brown found ways for Simmons and Embiid to fit together, including some really nice pick and rolls down in the post. It was a great reminder that while Simmons and Embiid are never going to be a fabulous X and O fit, they are both so absurdly talented, there are ways for them to share the floor, and that when they are humming, it helps players like Josh Richardson and Tobias Harris sparkle too. Of course, a little good old-fashioned physicality never hurts either. Late in last night's game, Embiid and new Clipper Marcus Morris got tangled up, which led to a hard shove and some words I can't say on television. And this is hardly the first time these two have gotten into it. Oh yes, let's take a quick stroll down memory lane, shall we?
Joel Embiid saying we're in your head. Marcus Morris saying 3-0. 3-0.
And now some extracurricular activity.
Embiid and Morris.
Ah, the memories. As for last night's scuffle, it did not lead to any technicals, but just a few seconds later, it did lead to this. Morris all the way down the court and then is rejected by Embiid. Joel loved it. The crowd loved it, with many of the same fans who had booed Embiid now screaming his name, which in some places may seem hypocritical, but in Philadelphia, that's just a regular Tuesday, and in some ways the team itself has taken on the character of its city. Everything the Sixers do, they do big in all directions. They are a ridiculous 25-2 at home, while being just 9-19 on the road. They are sprawling and messy and thrilling all at once, and they are at their best when they lean into all of that. Will it be enough to get them where they want to go this season? Will the lineup change with Horford stick? We will see, but here's what I know for sure. However they do, the fans will let them hear it loudly.
They're passionate fans. I've had the chance to play there when Iverson was there, and that was probably the loudest crowd I ever played with, but they got to somehow find a way to bring that passion on the road. But I really do believe that this lineup change is going to help them because they need more space, especially on the road. You can easily play with the passion and the fire at home, but when it comes down to the offense, it doesn't run the same on the road as it does at home because teams are better, but I think they'll really benefit with this lineup change, and he needed this boo. He needed this. You know, Joel Embiid, he's that player, and I always said he's not having fun, he's not being passionate, he's not waving a finger, he's not doing this to the crowd. When he's that player, he's one of the best in the league.
Right, yeah.
Paul, when a team can't win on the road but has that kind of success at home, how much of it is up here?
Mental toughness has a lot to do with it. I'm telling you, mental toughness. And, you know, they're a young team, so I don't know if it has something to do with them hanging out on the road. I mean, this is the NBA. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
You know, guys go out on the road and, you know, tend to get more rest at home.
Sure.
So I don't know if that's it or it's just the mental toughness part.
I still think Philly has all the tools to get out of the East. They are the team
to get out of the East, to get past Milwaukee?
To get out of the East. They are the team that can push Milwaukee. They have all the pieces in place. They have the length, they have the athleticism, they have the talent. Can they do it? We're going to see. But if they play with that fire that Paul's talking about on the road once the playoffs start, and then you come back home and you go, oh, well, we know what we got here. I think Philly is that team that is going to have a whole different level of confidence going into those last couple games when they need it the most.
Well, they're up to 5th in the Eastern Conference
Yeah.
standings. If they can just climb into that top 4, they can at least start the playoffs with home court advantage. That would help things out. I do think the lineup change really helped them.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see the chemistry long term and how that fits. Al Horford obviously did not come to the Sixers to come off the bench. He said all the right things after the game yesterday. He said, look, I'm a good teammate. I'll do what I'm told. We'll have to see if that just can settle in and be comfortable for him. He is a good teammate. He is someone who has shown the ability to fit in.
But you know the interesting thing, they're so dominant at home and the best home team. If they could be dominant in the playoffs at home, you only got to win one road game. And you can get the series if you go undefeated at home.
If they're in the 4 seed,
if they take care of the business at home.
Yep.
Regardless, whatever seed they are. They can take care of business at home. Think about it. If they won every home game but just won't have to win one road game for the series, they can win every series.
Can you imagine if they go and win game 1 of a series when they're not having that home court advantage? You go on the road, you get that first one, it's like, whoa.
Then it gets scary because you know how tough they are at home.
There you go. Now, are you cool, Paul, with the Philly fans booing Embiid during player introductions and when he first touched the ball?
Absolutely. I mean, his actions speak volumes when he sends these tweets and then goes back and forth with Jimmy Butler. They're like, oh no, you can't do that to us. Come on now. We're passionate out here. They love him, but it can turn into a love-hate affair. We all know that. Them fans up there really care about their ball. It's freezing outside. They're going to pack the gym in. They're going to cheer. They're going to boo. But you know what? They care.
Yeah.
They care, and that's what matters. I've been to arenas that they don't care.
Yeah.
Joel knows exactly what he's doing.
Sure.
And I think he needed that little boost because they've been running flat for a little while. They can't seem to find their way on the road, and it's bothering them. We heard Elton Brand's comments a few days ago. It's bugging him. Joel needed that little spark. He got it, and I think he enjoyed that back and forth with that Philly crowd because he knows that the fire that they bring can help them on the floor.
One more thing. He loves that, by the way.
Yes.
And I was a player that I didn't get booed at home, but I love to be booed on the road.
You did.
And it just sparked me, and I saw that in him yesterday.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.